Have you ever noticed how you know exactly what you need to do to change your life, but you just don't? You make a plan, you set alarms, you promise yourself that this time you'll follow through, and then you don't. It's not because you're lazy, it's because a part of you, deep beneath logic, is afraid of who you might become if you actually changed. Problem: the loop of self-sabotage. Psychologists call it self-sabotage, the subtle, invisible war between your conscious goals and your unconscious fears. Aaron Beck, the founder of cognitive behavioral therapy, once said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the meaning they give to things. And those meanings, the stories you've silently told yourself for years, become the lens through which you see the world. Maybe you think you're not smart enough, not consistent enough, or just not the type of person who succeeds. But those beliefs weren't born in adulthood. They were built in childhood. Through tiny moments of criticism, failure, or neglect, your mind wrote a rule book. Greater than don't try too hard, don't stand out, don't fail again. And that's how your protective brain starts fighting your ambitious self." Deep dive. What's actually happening? Aaron Beck called these silent background thoughts automatic thoughts. Carl Jung went even deeper. He said we all have a shadow self, the parts of our personality we deny or suppress. The shadow hides our fear, envy, aggression, shame, and yet it controls us the most. Every time you're about to do something that could change your life, that shadow whispers, "You're not ready. What if they laugh? What if you fail again?" And so we pull back, we scroll, we distract, we delay. Because staying where we are feels safer than stepping into the unknown. Freud believed that this internal tension is the core of being human. The ID, our desires, the ego, our reality, and the superego, our ideals, are constantly clashing. Self-sabotage is that clash made visible. And Skinner, the behaviorist, taught us that reinforcement makes habits stick. So every time you avoid discomfort, your brain gets a small reward, relief. Avoid once, feel better. Repeat it 1,000 times, and the brain learns that avoidance equals safety. Self-discovery. The moment of realization. There's a story of a man named Daniel, a bright student who never finished anything he started. Courses, jobs, relationships. He'd always leave halfway. When he finally went to therapy, his therapist asked, "What happens right before you quit?" He said, "I start hearing my father's voice. You never do anything right." And that's when he realized he wasn't quitting because he was lazy. He was quitting to avoid feeling that old pain again. He was protecting himself from a ghost that no longer existed. We all have a Daniel moment when we realize we're not fighting the world, we're fighting the echoes inside us. Rebuild. The way out. So how do we break the loop? Psychology gives us tools, not quick fixes, but real rewiring tools. 1. Cognitive awareness, Beck's approach. Write down your recurring self-defeating thoughts. Don't challenge them yet, just see them. Awareness is the first step out of blindness. 2. Shadow integration, Jung's approach. Ask yourself, what parts of me do I reject? Maybe it's your anger, your ambition, your sensitivity. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. 3. Behavior reinforcement, Skinner's approach. Reward small progress. Don't wait for the big change. Celebrate micro victories. Every small win tells your brain growth is safe. 4. Self-compassion, Rogers' humanistic approach. Carl Rogers believed true growth happens in an atmosphere of unconditional positive regard. So instead of saying, "I'm broken," try, "I'm becoming." You can't hate yourself into transformation. Outro, the rewrite. So the next time you say, "I always ruin things," pause. That's not you speaking. That's your conditioning. The real you is beneath the noise, waiting to be heard. You don't need to destroy your old self to evolve. You just need to understand it, because every self-sabotaging thought was once a survival strategy. And once you understand that, you stop fighting yourself and start freeing yourself.